here we go. So today was very interesting. I woke up and had an egg sandwich with extra cheese and a glass of chocolate milk that my mommy made for me for breakfast before I went to school. And I got on the bus, took a nap in third period. Oh, wait, never mind. My fault. I thought I was in the past in the 90s. That's sure what you would think if you were watching WWE Super Letdown today. That's what we're going to call WWE Super Showdown during this show today. We're going to call it WWE Super Letdown because it was one big, fat letdown. But why should we be surprised? This is WWE we're talking here. I work for a living, so I unfortunately did not get to watch the show. Fortunately, did not get to watch the show, so everything I'm reviewing this on is just based upon reading the results. I'm going to kind of go through the card quickly as possible and just give my thoughts up until the main event because that's the one I want to talk about. So, spoiler alert, this whole show was based upon stars of the past, not the future. But why should we be surprised? WWE illogical booking, right? On the pre-show, we had the Viking Raiders versus the OC again. Your former tag team champions in the Viking Raiders took another loss because that makes sense, right? Your most dominating, best looking, best gimmick they got going for the tag division right now. Just two big bad butt guys in the Viking Raiders. Or excuse me, the Viking Experience. Eric and Ivar. They lost. Whatever. OC needed to win. So you know what that means. OC's going to job out for the next 6 months. Viking Raiders won on the... OC won and did the too sweet. You know, see, we're still in the 90s, right? They won the pre-show match. Who cares? The however you say it, Mountain Trophy Gauntlet match. R-Truth versus Bobby Lashley versus Rey Mysterio versus AJ Styles versus Eric Rowan versus WWE United States Champion Andrade. Apparently it was a pretty solid match. 45-minute match. R-Truth actually pinned Bobby Lashley. So yeah, that makes sense. The most hot and over angle going right now between Lashley and Rusev, which is a conversation for another day. The fact that that's over and everything. I don't know what you guys enjoy in wrestling, but apparently it ain't the same thing as old Chad over here enjoys. I'm Max Power, by the way, and you're with the Hour with Power here. So the match goes on. AJ thought he won. The match was over. 45-minute great match. But again, illogical WWE booking. Bong. Oh. Bong. Bong. Oh, it's the Undertaker. Undertaker comes out, does one move, beats AJ. He wins the tournament and the trophy. Because that makes sense, right? We just had a match that went on for 45 brutal, hard wrestling action. Just to have a guy that's 97 years old come out and way over his prime, come out, one move tombstone on AJ, ball game. What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? You know, but that's what the Saudi people want to see. They want to see the ones that are in their way past their prime. And Vince is going to give it to them. Because all that good blood Saudi money he's getting, they're going to get what they want. Undertaker wins it. This is going to set up to a future AJ versus Undertaker match. Not interested. Don't care. Do not care one bit. I mean, if you're going off of WWE booking logic, why should I care? That match you're going to build between them is irrelevant. You just proved that Undertaker can come out there and beat him in 10 seconds, so why should I care and see it again? Why? Anyway, I'm just going over results that are on the show and stuff, so bear with me as I go over it. Oh yeah, and after it's over, Undertaker goes out of the ring, goes down the entrance ramp, looks at the trophy, does his normal Undertaker 30 years past what we, well, I ain't gonna say that. I love Undertaker, one of the greatest of all time, but not this version of Undertaker. Dude, you're just so past your prime. I can't be mad at you for it, though. Why would you say no to that money? You probably made, in that 10-second match in Saudi, more money than Charlotte Flair has made, I would say, the last 2 years, wrestling 300 days each year. Let that sink in for a minute, folks. Let that sink in. Hard work does not pay off, obviously, if we're going off of WWE logic here. Next up, SmackDown tag titles on the line: The Miz and Morrison versus The New Day. Hey, you remember on my prediction video where I said Miz and Morrison lost a match? So this obviously means they're going to win the titles. Spoiler alert, they do. They do. Dude, look at that. I look like I got a dot on my forehead from a pimple or acne I had up there. I can't quit looking at it. Let's put my hat like this for the rest of the show. Do you think that'll work? Will it be too distracting for y'all? Alright, it's too distracting for me. I can't do it. But yes, I am aware it's there, and it's very embarrassing. Yeah, Miz and Morrison win the tag titles. Who cares? Those titles are irrelevant these days. That tag division is brutal. I cannot wait for the Revival to get out of there and go to AEW. The Revival is one of the best teams in the world, and you wouldn't know it. Oh my gosh, I would love to see the Revival versus the Bucks of Youth. Oh man, just the matchups you could do with the Revival. Whew. Anyway, Miz and Morrison win the titles. Who cares? Angela Garza versus Humberto Carrillo. I didn't even read who won this match. This will be the first time I read who wins this match because I don't care. Any kind of match that Humberto Carrillo's in at all, he loses. But he's the future, folks. He's the future, according to the announcers and commentary. He is the future. If that is the case, we are in for a dark and scary future, folks, if we're about losers. Hey, let's see if he lost. Do you guys think he did? Do I even need to read it? Alright, let's find out. Oh! You mean to tell me Humberto Carrillo lost? Look, right there. Right there. It says right? Where's that? I don't know if it's on the screen or not. Let's see. Well, you get the idea, if you can see it. Winner, Angela Garza. Well, I'll be dog. He lost another match. That's your future, folks. That's your future with this company in a nutshell. Humberto Carrillo's career is your future. Give me a break. Raw tag titles: the Street Profits versus Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. Hey, you guys remember when the Street Profits were cool and actually fun and enjoyable? Seems like forever when they were in NXT, right? Rollins and Buddy Murphy won that match. No shocker there. I'm actually kind of okay with Murphy and Rollins being the tag champs. Like, anything that gives Buddy Murphy a little bit of a rub and maybe a future, I'm cool with, man. I like him. I think the kid's got some talent, which you know what that means. He ain't gonna go nowhere. This is the highlight of his career, winning the tag titles with Rollins. Dolph Ziggler versus Mansoor. Ziggler's in a singles match. What do you think happened? Yeah, of course, they get the cheap hometown pop with Mansoor. He wins. I'm sure it was a solid match. I mean, I'm not a big fan of how this dude comes out and wins every match in Saudi. I get it. You want to send the fans home happy, and I get that, but just... it's too forced for me. The kid's good, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like right place, right time. Then, hey, you, pal. Anytime we go to Saudi, you're going to win a match. How does that sound? Sounds good, boss. You know, it's just one of those things. We need you to get some good heat. I want the fans to love you because you're from there. You know what I'm saying? That's good stuff, pal. Sounds great, boss. You know, you can't be mad at him. I mean, he has come a long way, don't get me wrong, but he's not a big dude. He's not the stereotypical heavyweight big guy for WWE, so he's not going to go anywhere. These are going to be the highlights of his career being at these shows. I mean, his match with Cesaro and everything was good at the last show, don't get me wrong. This one was probably decent too, because Ziggler is a good wrestler, but who cares? Leads to nothing. in the future. Leads to nothing. Let's see. Oh, he does a post promo. We love it here. Yeah, I love y'all. This is the highlight of my life. I'm going to Disneyland. They're going, yeah, we love it here too. Wow, you're the GOAT, man. Hall of Famer, you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Just one of those things. Who cares? WWE title match. Ricochet, who earned his title shot, versus Brock Lesnar. Alright, look. I stated this would be less than a 2-minute match. I was right. I could have said it would have been less than a minute match. I would have been right. From reading the results, it was maybe a 45-second match. Let me just read to you what happened in this match. Look at this. This is legit, the whole match, including the introductions. We go back to the ring, and out comes Ricochet. WWE champ Brock Lesnar out next with Paul Heyman. Rome goes to do the former ring induction, but Heyman interrupts and does his own for Lesnar. Heyman mentions the winner of this will go on to face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 36. I wonder who's going to win this one, folks. Ricochet immediately goes for a drop kick, but Lesnar manhandles. Hey, that was the only offense Ricochet gets in. The drop kick. Failed drop kick. But Lesnar manhandles him, sends him down. Lesnar delivers the first German suplex. Suplex City. So overused. We don't care anymore. And another. Lesnar goes on and scoops Ricochet up for a third German. Lesnar stands over Ricochet and picks him up for a big F5 in the middle of the ring for the pin and an easy squash win. Winner, and still your reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Brock Lesnar. Big shocker, right? Big shocker. So let me get this straight. Drew McIntyre, who won the Royal Rumble, who's setting up to face the WWE champion at Mania, has been kept, for the most part, away from a storyline with Lesnar because they want to tease you and make you think, well, maybe he's going to face Ricochet. No, there ain't no chance that was ever going to happen. But they did this, and they protected this storyline and tried to not make any build on it because of the what-if scenario. Just for a 45-second squash match. And Lesnar probably got $2 million for doing that, too. Same scenario with Charlotte in the past 2 years she's worked, making less than that. This is the kind of company we're dealing with here, folks. Give me a break. Lesnar wins. Big shocker. Steel cage match. Roman Reigns versus King Corbin. Corbin wins. Who cares? Moving on. SmackDown Women's title match. Naomi versus Bayley. Looks like it was a decent match. Bayley retains. After that show, Bayley did do a tweet. No, I'm sorry. She did it must have been some kind of like under the radar interview thing. She's not very happy about this Saudi trip and having to go right back to SmackDown. Because apparently SmackDown's in 19 hours and this flight is 18. So she's exhausted. She's saying, dude, I'm not having a title match. I'm not doing anything. I'm lucky if I could show up. Sasha Banks is getting off work so she can record an album. I could get a day off, right? Like, I'm exhausted. This Saudi trip, this blood money is just wrong in every aspect that is possible. And they make it even more wrong, the fact they expect their SmackDown roster to do an 18-hour flight and do a show 19 hours later. Like, that is not right at all. They deserve a break too. They're human beings too. It's not right. No clue what's going to happen at Mania, who's going to be going after the women's title. I only say that because they always do a big title change right before Mania for one of the titles that has like a low-key storyline going on. So my gut tells me Bayley will not be your defending champion, SmackDown Women's Champion at Mania. If anything, she'll lose the title to Mella or Naomi and then be facing off in it in the pre-show and like an undercard pre-show rematch or something, you know. She's probably going to lose it on a random SmackDown or maybe at Elimination Chamber. That's my gut feeling. Next matchup. Oh, baby. The main event. Bill Goldberg versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt for the WWE Universal Championship. I'm going to read to you how this match went. Okay? We get a former ring introduction before the match. The bell rings and Goldberg stares the Fiend down while he's in the corner. They meet in the middle of the ring for a face-off. I wonder what's going to happen now. Fans start chanting Goldberg's name. Goldberg takes a few steps back. Wyatt takes his jacket off and Goldberg nails a big spear. He's already done half of his moveset. Wyatt kicks out of the first spear. Goldberg looks surprised. Wyatt applies the mandible claw. Goldberg backs into the corner with another spear. Goldberg waits for Wyatt to get up, nails a third spear. Wyatt is slow to get back up. Goldberg nails another spear, but Wyatt kicks out. Alright, so far, we got 4 spears, 1 mandible claw. That is all the moves that has happened in this match. Wyatt sits back up and applies another mandible claw. 4 spears, 2 mandible claws, bringing Goldberg to his knees. Goldberg resists and breaks free with a headbutt and knees. Goldberg goes for the jackhammer and hits in the middle of the ring for the pin, and I swear to God to you, I'm not making this up, wins the WWE Universal Championship. So in this match, we had 4 spears, 2 mandible claws, 1 jackhammer, 1 headbutt, 2 knees. That was a moveset. That's it. That's your WWE champion right there. That is his moveset. Spear, jackhammer, knees, fist. Period. That's your champion. That is the one that is representing your biggest, most prestigious title in your company. That's your guy. Oh, and he's 53 years old. I know what it's leading to. It's leading to the spear versus spear. Oh, we better get butts in seats, pal. That's good stuff. This is what it's leading to. It's obvious. You know, some people are like, oh, but Max Power, the Fiend at the end of the match, the lights went out and came back on. He was there staring down Goldberg, stalking him, and then the lights went out. And he was gone. He obviously wanted Goldberg to win to get in his head. He's going to win it back at Chamber. No, don't give me that crap. Don't give me that crap. Damage is done. Wyatt's done. The Fiend is dead. Any momentum he had is dead. Deader than when John Cena beat him at WrestleMania 30. It is dead. Oh, funny I should say that. That's who it's rumored that he's going to face at Mania. He'll probably lose that match too, right? And then go for number 17 and beat the Nature Boy. Woo! Ric Flair's record. I know why they let Goldberg win. Make the Saudi people happy, I'm sure. The same people that wanted Andre the Giant at the show. Did you catch that? They wanted Andre the Giant, the guy that's been dead since mid-90s. 90s, that's a funny thing to say. I've been saying that a lot this show. And also to set up Roman versus Goldberg. Spear versus Spear for the title. They're doing it because people will hate Goldberg more than Roman. They'll want Roman to win. You know what the bad thing is I'll actually be cheering Roman on. That's what they want. I know at the end of the day, Vince is like, it's getting people talking, pal. This is what it was supposed to do. Look at you, Max Power. You're on there talking about it right now. Controversy creates cash, as Eric Bischoff would say. This is the wrong kind of controversy, Vince. This is the wrong kind of talking. Macaulay Culkin. I can't even say his name. The dude from... The dude from Home Alone. He canceled his WrestleMania tickets. He's not going because he was so mad. I haven't seen one person happy about Goldberg winning it. That's a legit wrestling fan that gets wrestling. You know, I can come on here every single show that something doesn't go right and say, I'm never going to watch it again. Kind of had that thought today, but I always come back. It's just more of a form of habit than anything. But it's also the hope that something will change. But it's obvious, people, it's not going to change. It is not going to change. It's only going to get worse. Every single show, I feel like they're taking 3 steps back. Royal Rumble was actually one of the best shows I've seen WWE put on in the last 5 years. True story. But the fact that it took almost 40 shows to get 40 pay-per-views to get to one solid, above solid show, those aren't good odds. And then the fact that Vince is going to sell his pay-per-view rights to ESPN Plus, when we're used to only paying $10 a month to watch pay-per-views, now he wants to pay $60 to watch this stuff? Dude, I don't even want to pay $10 to watch it. It's a chore. I don't even want to watch your weekly programming that's free to watch on my brother's DirecTV Now. Like, it's a chore. They're not fun anymore. Nothing makes sense. Nothing. You don't make stars of the future. Case in point, your main matches tonight, your winners was Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, Goldberg. Let that sink in. Oh, but Chad, I gotta get used to that. Oh, but Max Power, Drew McIntyre is gonna beat Brock Lesnar. Cool. Okay. What is he gonna lose it to Rollins in 6 months? Is he gonna lose it to Roman after the draft and he comes to Raw? Doesn't matter. It all circles back to the same thing. Your part-timers win it, Roman Reigns wins it, and Seth Rollins wins it. I'm okay with Rollins from time to time. But it's just... Oh, and Lesnar, of course. It always comes back to the same stuff, man. And it's getting old. I'm tired of it. I just want to... I would settle for a mediocre show that led to decent future storylines of stars. They're not even trying to build stars. The fact that Goldberg is your heavyweight champion it should say enough. And you got people that were... You got my buddy. I love you, man. You know who I'm talking about. He compared the situation to AEW. Well, Jericho's just the same age. It's apples and oranges, bro. Jericho actually added legitimacy to that title. He can put on a decent match still. His name alone is worth the value because he can cut a promo and put on a match. Goldberg has 3 moves. Every match Goldberg's been in since he came back to the WWE, all combined, equal less than the amount of offense and defense Jericho did in the Brawl last Wednesday night on Dynamite with Moxley in the middle of the ring. Alright, so it's completely apples and oranges. Not the same thing at all. It helped build the brand. They had to give it to someone that was familiar to people to get them to tune in and watch. They could have gave it to Paige and built a star with him, but it wasn't the right time. Moxley's going to win that title. I'll do a preview show on that eventually and give you my thoughts. He's going to win it, but I don't think it's going to happen this first round. I really don't. And I'll explain why when that show comes up. AEW is the way to go. The show is amazing. The wrestlers are incredible, and that's what they are. Wrestlers, not superstars. I could go on forever on this, people, but I'm not going to waste your time. We're already 22 minutes in, and I know y'all got things to do. This show sucked. WWE sucks. The shows are going to continue to suck. The product's going to continue to suck. Everyone working there is miserable. They're locking them in with these big contracts and doing nothing with them, which is why the people that got fired that were in the higher office left because they voiced their opinion. Like, Vince, this really ain't a bright decision. You're giving them 5-year contracts worth Sting money, which is still high dollar contracts for people that you don't even plan on using, just so you can lock them in so they don't go to the competition. But yet AEW ain't causing any kind of issues with this, though. We're not concerned with AEW. We don't think they're a real threat, right? Keep telling yourself that. Is that why when Vicky Guerrero appeared on an AEW Dark special episode, aka the Velocity of AEW, or Sunday Night Heat of AEW, she appeared on one of those for a quick minute, and she's been blacklisted on WWE. Jericho is not mentioned on any of your shows like anymore. You're trying to take him off the WWE network as a whole, and the Codebreaker is no longer called that. The AEW effect is real, folks. AEW is going to come in, and if they keep giving us shows like this, if WWE keeps giving us shows like this, AEW is going to have a cakewalk to be in the #1 wrestling promotion in the world. They have the money to do it. They have a person backing them to do it. I don't think that it could happen if Vince actually got off his butt and tried again and stopped worrying about his crappy football league that's going to fail again. So it only makes sense that AEW is going to take over. Vince is eventually going to have to wake up or fold. One of the two. One of the two things is going to happen. He's going to wake up and start fighting and make WWE great in the way that we love it and remember it. And the thing that has had me as a passionate fan for over 30 years. And that's what I want. That's why I'm so angry. Because I know what it could be. You have the greatest roster you've ever had in your life. In that company's history, you got the greatest roster. And this is what you do with them. You should be ashamed of yourself, bro. And I know this ain't nothing. Nobody gonna see this, so who cares? Oh, but quit watching it if you don't like him, X Power. Been watching it for 30 years. I got the right to complain if I want to. So I will continue to complain until something changes. And if nothing does change, that goes to option 2. AEW takes over, which could lead to option 3. Vince sells. That's the best option. Sell it. Triple H is doing great things with NXT. He has a good old school wrestling mind. You need to get with the times, Vince. Old school wrestling mind is fine to a certain extent, but not to the extent you're doing it at. You still think people want to see the same superstar, I hate using that word, the same wrestler as your main champion for years. If Goldberg versus Roman happens, it's either 4 out of 5, but I believe it's 5 out of the last 6 Manias. Roman has been facing someone for the title. Like, that's like Hulk Hogan bad. But at least back then it wasn't overexposed, so it was special in a sense. But, yeah, man. This is my thoughts on it, guys. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. Got a little heated and passionate on this. And like I said, I've been watching this for over 30 years. I've seen it as the highest of the highs, the lowest of the lows, aka now. It's not in a good state. And I just don't foresee it getting any better. I truly believe from the bottom of my heart, Vince, you cannot honestly think this is good stuff. There's a part of me in my soul that truly believes that you get off on making us mad. Because we'll come back. But proof is showing in the numbers that you're ticking people off and they're leaving and they're not coming back. You're getting to that point where it's getting scary, where they're losing so many people. Just every year, each show is starting to average a few hundred less thousand people. Like at this rate, within 5 years, you'll be hitting 1 million viewers a show. AKA what AEW is doing right now. But they're a new company, so that's expected. It's different. Apples and oranges. But, yeah. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching my review on WWE Super Letdown. Take care.